What's happening, Saints fans? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Guys, we're talking Demario Davis today, and it's only Demario Davis. So I'm going to go through some articles and some praise that he's gotten, as well as I'm going to give some of my own thoughts and give my own takes on Demario Davis. But in today's video, I specifically want to dive into what CBS Sports said, because they ranked him as one of the top 10 defensive players who could have the biggest impact for their respective teams in 2023. And so before we get started on today's show, if you love Demario Davis, hit that thumbs up icon, like today's video, and show him some love in the comment section. I mean, he's a legend. He is a Saints legend. He is an NFL legend. He is just a legend of a human being. I love Demario Davis. I think that number 56 is one of the best players to ever wear a Saints uniform, just in terms of his character, on-field production, and what he does in the community. So guys, hit that thumbs up icon, and let's get into today's show. So here's what the 10 players that were listed: Javon Hargrave, Jalen Carter, Aidan, Hutchinson, Von Miller, Roquan Smith, Demario Davis, Gardner, Jalen Ramsey, Devon Witherspoon, and Minkah Fitzpatrick. Interesting enough, Devon Witherspoon, Jalen Carter, two rookies that made the list. So I want to just dive into what Cody Benjamin of CBS Sports said. The anchor that won't break. Davis has been violently patrolling the core of New Orleans' stingy defense for a half decade, and there's no indication he'll slow down at 34 years old. Derek Carr's arrival as the Saints' new quarterback will get the headlines, and we have more from Cody Benjamin later, but let's look at the stats. He isn't slowing down. I mean, look at this. 111 tackles in 2019, 119 in 2020, 105 in 21, and 109 in 2022. Stud. 10 tackles for a loss, 6.5 sacks. He's not much of a pass defender. He's more of a run-stopping kind of guy, but he still puts up some passing numbers or some pass defense numbers: 6 pass breakups, 7 pass breakups, 5, and then 12 in 2019. And he also had an interception on Tom Brady last year, which was pretty cool. So some more chat stats on Demario Davis. He caught one of the 7 interceptions last season for the New Orleans Saints, and he allowed less than a 68% completion in man coverage. I mean, wow, just incredible. So we got more to talk about on Demario Davis, but real quick, we've shown this picture before. We're going to show it again because we're still trying to hit 16,000 subscribers here on Saints Now by Chat Sports. If you're not going to do it for me, if you're not going to do it for Demario Davis, do it for Lance Moore, the greatest number 16 to ever rock the black and gold. Hit that sub button and turn on your notifications. And also, while you're down there, guys, we want your feedback. Help us improve the show. What do you think we do well? What can be improved on? Give us some feedback. Let us know what kind of content you like, or if there's content that you want to see that we haven't been able to put out yet. So let me know. I'm curious what the Who Dat Nation has to say, because we're trying to make this the best show for the fans, and it's by Saints fans. So help us out, subscribe, and give us some feedback in the comment section. So some more takes on Demario Davis. I mean, his impact is so much deeper than his on-field production. I mean, sure, he gets 100-plus tackles almost every season. He does do a lot in terms of being a quality leader in the locker room and on the field, but Davis is the man. I mean, it is just incredible what he's capable of doing as a leader and as a community member in New Orleans. He's an excellent leader in the locker room. He has always been an excellent leader in the locker room. He knows how to communicate. People look up to him in New Orleans and on the field and just across the league. He has earned the respect across the NFL, and that's not an easy task to do. He's also a very passionate and intentional individual. His whole man of God movement that he has. I mean, if you don't know this story, I mean, he had some trouble growing up, and he had some trouble in college, getting into some issues, getting into some things he shouldn't have. But he found things that made him be passionate and intentional as an individual. He found God. He created he built his relationship in his faith, and he has been able to utilize that and turn his life around to be a quality football player and just an absolute stud of a human being. He's also very active in the community of New Orleans. He's always there for charity events. He's always around helping out with kids for those Play 60 type events. He's always around the team whenever they're doing community work. And one of my favorite things is his devoted Dreamers Foundation that he started with his wife, where they enrich the youth both spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. And he's doing that in order to help them achieve their dreams, whether it's going and playing sports, whether it's going and being a lawyer, the next president of the United States. Demario Davis and his wife, they do a lot of great work. And let's keep it real. He's aged like a fine wine. The numbers have always been impressive. They've always been good, and he's always been a guy who just continues to never slow down. And the praise continues. CBS Sports and Saints Now by Chat Sports, we're not the only ones talking about him. I know Locked On Saints, Ross Jackson, my guy, he talks about him. I know Chris Risvoglu over on the Straight Up Saints podcast, they always are talking about Demario Davis. Nick Underhill, Mike Triplett, these guys love Demario Davis just as much as I do. And ESPN, they ranked him as the number 6 off-ball linebacker in their most recent rankings, voted on by NFL execs, coaches, and players, and all that fun stuff. So here are those rankings. Fred Warner, I mean, that's just a shoo-in. He's so good at football. Roquan Smith at number 2. Tremaine Edmonds with the Chicago Bears now at number 3. Matt Milano in Buffalo at number 4. Devin White over in Tampa Bay. He's number 5. Number 6, Demario Davis. Number 7, Shaq Leonard. 8, Nick Bolton. Number 9, CJ Mosley. Number 10, Dre Greenlaw. So as for what Jeremy Fowler of ESPN had to say on Demario Davis in that article, he said that after another 100-tackle season and a 4th consecutive All-Pro nod, Davis also recorded a career-high 6.5 sacks in 2022. Quote, he's awesome from an NFC exec. He seems to be somehow getting better. We hate playing against him. Davis was not considered a marquee player in the first 6 seasons in the league, but has thrived in New Orleans since 2018. Quote, he's becoming a better all-around player each year in that Saints scheme and how he's deployed from an NFC scout, excuse me. You see a lot of similarly gifted athletes struggle at linebacker, especially when drafted high, and are asked to be immediately productive. But he had time to figure it out, and his game took off. So I truly do believe this. I think a gold jacket is waiting for Demario Davis. You are going to see number 56 in Canton, Ohio. And if you're not going to see him in Canton, Ohio, that is blasphemy. It is inconceivable. And Roger Goodell can burn in hell if that's the case. Because look at these career numbers. 1,136 tackles, 93 tackles for a loss, 36 sacks, 47 pass breakups. Demario Davis also has 89 quarterback hits, 7 fumble recoveries, and 5 interceptions over 177 games played. If this isn't something that can get you in Canton, Ohio, I don't know what is. The only thing you maybe need is that damn ring, and I'm hoping that the Saints can figure it out and get that ring for guys like Demario Davis and Cameron Jordan. Tyrann Mathieu, too. I mean, he's a hometown kid. He has a ring, but get the kid a hometown ring. So show some love to Demario Davis. I put Man of God up there because that's what he wears on his headband every game. I just think it's such a cool thing that he does. I think that he is such an admirable football player and an admirable man. I look up to him not just as a guy who is trying to become a better person and trying to strive to be the best version of me as possible, but as somebody who enjoys the game of football and enjoys watching quality football played. He continuously does that week in and week out. So show him some love by typing his jersey number 56 in the comment section. And as always, guys, I'm currently in Mexico. I'm living it up with my family. I'm having a good time. So if you want to catch up, see how that's treating me, I'm going to be posting some reels. I'm going to be posting some videos on Twitter and on TikTok and some shorts on the YouTube short page. So check it out. Hit me up on social media at TraceGerard48 on all 3 platforms. I'm not on Threads because it's another thing for me to take care of, and I just don't have that kind of time right now. So hit me up on social media. And as always, y'all stay golden. We'll catch you next time.